Thank you guys for coming. Obviously, great environment, like really a tough game. Northwestern's terrific. They got veteran guys. Boo Booey, the best guard in the country. I thank our fans. It was awesome. It was nice to have Caleb McConnell back, the National Defensive Player of the Year for two years running. Eric LeGrand was in the Coach Shiano. I thank them for coming. But our cheerleaders, dance team, all those guys did an awesome job. The fans were in it the whole time. I think we held them to their season low. That's a really good offensive team. Everyone up here, Oscar, got to give him a tip of the hat, hasn't played, was ready, gave us huge minutes. Andre, huge shots. Jeremiah makes plays. Cliff, 5 blocks. Mike had to chase him around all day, and that's a hard thing. We overcame, Mawat a couple minutes before the game, couldn't play, Noah Fernandez had coming off his best game of the year, couldn't play in the second half. He's hurt. We're banged up a little bit. Austin hasn't played. We had to make sure he gave us a couple good minutes, So everyone, chipped in, and it's a great team win. That's a really good, Northwestern. Coach Collins does a fantastic job.
Jerry, Steve, could you just tell us whatever you know about? Tell us whatever you can about Mawat, his injury, and also what happened with Noah.
I don't know either of them. I mean, Mawat had his 2 best practices yesterday and the day before. So right before the game, they said he couldn't play. So hopefully it's nothing. Hopefully he's just a little sore or something. But I have no idea. And Noah got banged up too. His knee, and couldn't go in the second half. So that's all I know. They're with the doctors now.
Coach, Boo Booey had a stellar 27 points, but Jeremiah's 15 really turned the game around in a massive way. 4th straight game he's played here. He's been remarkable on the road and away, and he's been a key glue piece to win you these big games. How does he keep doing it, especially against such a top player like Boo Booey?
Yeah, I mean, he brings a ton of energy, I think all the guys have improved, He helps. Andre, 2 huge, threes down the stretch, Jeremiah helps other guys. Derek was good, made 2 big, huge shots too. Cliff is Cliff, But Jeremiah gives us a lot. He can do a lot of things. His versatility is, important. I love his voice. I told you guys that before. He's got a great voice in the huddles and in the locker room, the whole 9 yards. But all the pieces have to fit together, and these guys have done a really good job. Our defense is outstanding, and continues to take us through some times where we're not making free throws or threes. But we were timely with that today, and we had 8 stops in the second half. Then we went on a 9 stop in a row against one of the best offensive teams in the league.
Ellis.
You guys were down 13 at roughly around 3 minutes left in the first half. Then you cut it to 7 by halftime, and then you complete the comeback in the second half. What do you see from your team to complete that comeback?
I mean, we've been down. They just keep fighting. Oscar really helped us in the first half. He made some huge shots, timely to cut it to 7. And that's what we got to do. Just got to fight through, some tough times, and you're going to be up sometimes. You're going to be down. This group is kind of figuring out they're practicing the right way. Andre was fantastic in practice yesterday. They're doing a good job of getting prepared for these games, and everyone's ready, and they need to be, because you just never know what's going to go on, what obstacle you're going to face. And Oscar was ready today. He's been having fantastic practices, hasn't played, stayed the course. Positive, really good guy, and today, don't hesitate. He's ready to go and gives us some great minutes. So it takes a little bit of everybody, and tip of the hat, to stay alive like these guys have to, and I appreciate them.
Ryan.
Northwestern lost a guy to a flagrant 2 early in the first half. I guess how did that change things for you, and how was it?
I mean, they have really good players, so they lose guys. We get guys in foul trouble. We lost 2 guys. It's just the season, and those are things that happen during the course of the game. They got really good shooters, the best shooting team in the league, and guys came off the bench. Justin Mullins, I thought he was fantastic. So they got great minutes. When one guy's out, that's just what we did. We got great minutes. Mawat was out, and Oscar gave us great minutes. So opportunity.
Coach, a win like this makes 4 in a row for you guys. What type of momentum is this building up? Heading into the tournament, and just how big is this win for the team?
Any game, Northwestern's excellent. So, it's a team that's won a lot of games, and I think to hold them to their season low was a really good sign. Maybe they had less in the Mississippi State game. They played, really good Mississippi State team too that we played. So, But yeah, we go one game at a time. So you got an opportunity now. We got to go on the road, and against Minnesota's playing really well. So this league just never ceases to. And the challenges are just right around the corner. So you just keep playing, keep getting better, and I think we are, and that's a real positive.
Jerry, Steve, what does it say about this group that you could have you're the best defensive player in the league scratch moments before tip and still hold a team like that to their season low?
I mean, we're really connected, and I think Cliff is up next for defensive player of the year, and Mawat's an excellent defender too. We didn't have him today. J. Mike has turned it into one too, and I will tell you, these three guys here do a fantastic job of team defense too. So. Losing Caleb, but it's nice to have him in the room here tonight. I'll keep telling him every time I see him play, I'll put him back in. I miss him. But these guys have taken up where he left off. He gave us, some motivation today, too, seeing him in the building. And, we could defend, and hopefully we keep getting better because we're created a lot of turnovers tonight for a team that doesn't turn the ball over at all.
Follow up on that. What was the strategy on Bowie, and how did you slow him down in the second half?
I don't know if you can call it a strategy. 27 points. I thought he had to work for everything. We had different guys on him. Obviously, I think he's the best guard in the country, and I've been saying that. I watched all the tape, and everyone puts their best defender on him, and he just can make some plays, and then he obviously doesn't miss free throws. So he's just a hard guy to guard, and we tried to give him different looks. Obviously, 27 points, so I don't know how we did against them, but we did do a really good job of shutting down the other pieces, and they got some other good pieces too around them.
Cliff finished out the game, but he was down there for a bit just to confirm. Is he doing okay? Is he fine health-wise?
Cliff, I hope he is. Yeah, I hope he finished the game. So, yeah, just banged up. That's what happens in these games. Caleb,
guest back there.
Yeah.
That's just a quick question, man. Coach Pye, it always seems like you always finding a defensive guy. I'm just trying to figure out, what do you teach these guys defensively, and just how do you teach it? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
You teach it. Well, you learned. I used to learn from you, Caleb, but. You started a tradition here, and not just you, some of the other guys that came before you, of having guys that want to defend and versatility, and that's what these guys have, and good team defenders and then good individual defenders. But I miss you in those days of, just putting you on Boo, and getting your great size and stuff. But, we're just trying to, continue to stay on this streak here, and got to do it with our defense. It travels. You know that.
When your back is always against the wall, when people always, doubt us or doubt Rutgers.
Yeah, no doubt.
How do you always figure? You always seem to figure it out always, and always seem to pull it back together.
These guys figure it out. That's what happens. Games aren't played. I say this all the time. Ken Pom is not playing any games, and no computers play games. Referees make calls during games. Guys are hurt. Guys are injured, and the guys figure it out. And that's what these guys have done a fantastic job of figuring it out, and that's what I like the most. And no games are played on computers. Just keep that in mind, guys. You got to go through the game. You got to make free throws. You got to do all that. That's Ken Pom guy. I need to get to recruit him, because this guy got every answer to everything, and he's never played. And I don't think he shoots well. I don't think he's a good defender, but he's got every answer to everything. And you still got to play the games. You got to play the games.
There were some highlight reel moments throughout that game, Jeremiah. Can you walk me through that play where you basically, against Matt Nicholson,
Yeah,
I mean, 8 inches difference, and you were able to levitate and get that block?
Too. I think that was first.
The shot clock was just winding down, and it was just time to go make a play. Luckily, Derek, trusted me with the ball. He made one more, and then, luckily I was able to get it up there, float it up there, and, shoot his touch.
Coach, just to build off that, Jeremiah Williams, 11 of his 15 points came in the second half, and it looked like he got more involved with the offense as the game went on. What did you see in terms of his mentality and just how he was playing as the game progressed?
Yeah, he had opportunities, and, he could score in a lot of different ways. I like when he gets to the free throw line, too. But, just we continue, all our guys, be aggressive, get downhill, try to get to the rim, and he does a great job at that. And he makes plays, too, for others.
Alex, and then right here is the last one.
Coach, the three-point game has been back and forth this year, but these last two wins have the three-point game these past 2 wins have been so instrumental in these victories. Against Wisconsin, you shot nearly 60%. In this game tonight, roughly 43% or so. When Oscar Palmquist comes off the bench and gives you 3 massive bombs from downtown to get you in this game, and then in the second half, you run away with it, you walk away with a 3-point win. How is this 3-point ball, effort really winning you these games, and how can that continue for the rest of the season?
Well, I mean, obviously, when the ball goes in, it helps you in a lot of different ways, but we got to continue to get better in those areas. And, we had Noah gave us great minutes last game, and now Oscar comes off the bench, gives us huge. Andre hits 2 huge ones, down the stretch. We have good, shooters, and I know the percentages, and I know Ken Palm doesn't say that, but these guys are, able to make shots, and these guys are able to, and I trust them. So, and Jeremiah's a good 3-point shooter, too, and Derek will make timely ones, but sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't. You still got to figure out ways to win games. So.
Last one. Coach, obviously you held Martinelli and Barnizer to a combined 6 of 24 from the field. How are you kind of able to do that, and how did that, you think, pose struggles to Northwestern's offense?
Yeah, I mean, those guys are really good players, and they've had great games for them. So, I think our guys, did a great job of what's the scouting report, being locked in. I think we did a really good job of taking away some of the things they like to do. But, they're good players, and they play a ton of minutes. They got a lot of opportunity. So I like the fact that we were locked in. A lot of different defenders guarded those guys, and, I think everyone can kind of challenge them a little bit differently. But
Thank you guys.
All right, thank you guys for coming. Appreciate it.